Thank you all. Secretary Carter, have you ever heard of the PYD?
I have, yes.
Who are they?
They're a Kurdish group, one of several, a number of.
Have you heard of the YPG?
I have heard of them also.
Who are they?
Another Kurdish group.
Aren't they the military wing of the PYD?
They are, yes.
Is that right, General Dunford?
That is correct.
They're a leftist Syrian Kurdish political party founded in 2003. Reports indicate that they're aligned or at least have substantial ties to the PKK. Is that true?
Yes, we haven't.
Is the PKK a terrorist organization in the eyes of the Turkish government?
The PKK is a terrorist organization not only in the eyes of the Turkish government, but in the eyes of the U.S. government as well, Senator.
Is it surprising to you that the Turks may be upset with us by arming the YPG in Syria, since they're so closely aligned with the PKK?
No, it's not. No, it's not at all, Senator. We have let me just clarify. Let me just say that, and the chairman's been involved in this as well. We have extensive consultations with the Turks.
So Turkey's okay with this?
They're not okay with that.
I just got back from Turkey. They're not okay with this. They think this is the dumbest idea in the world, and I agree with them. Okay. How many of the Syrian Democratic Forces, or whatever we're talking about, are Kurds versus Arabs, General Dunford?
There's about 6,000 Arabs, Senator.
Well, what percentage of the force is that?
That's about 20%.
Okay. So if you're wondering why Turkey's a little upset, we're arming people inside of Syria aligned with a terrorist group that's fighting the Turkish government. Turkey could do more, but I think this whole concept is, quite frankly, absurd. I just got back from Saudi Arabia. They believe that they're not going into Syria as long as they think Assad's going to win and Damascus will be controlled by the Iranians. Have they ever expressed to you their displeasure with our policies toward Assad?
Oh, I'll take that. But I do want to get back to the Turks, though. Thanks for going there. Thanks for talking to them. They're a NATO ally. It's real important. And we do discuss with them our effort which is an important effort and one that's important to protecting ourselves.
Secretary Carter, I've got 2 minutes left. I'm not asking you to tell me what they told me. I know what they told me. They may have told you something different.
Well, let me go on to the Saudis, because
the Saudis,
because
yes. Do they have a real
problem
with our policy toward Assad?
I think the Saudis, having been there just last week, had the same problem we do, which is that Assad is still there.
Is it fair to say that the Saudis and every Gulf Arab state believes that Assad is firmly entrenched because of the Russian-Iranian backing?
Again, that's an observation that we would make and did make with the Saudis. We agree with that. That's where the Russians need to change their tune.
Our goal is to destroy ISIL and to replace Assad. On the Assad side, he's more firmly in power than ever. January the 20th, 2017, President Obama will leave office. Is it likely that Assad will be in power?
I hope not.
Okay. I think it's likely he will be, because hope's not a strategy. Plan B. Secretary Kerry says there's a plan B if the ceasefire falls apart, that he's let the Russians know, we're going to try it nice, but if the ceasefire falls apart, there's a plan B. Do you have a plan B for Assad?
I'm going to let Secretary Kerry speak to the.
Well, but I mean, he has the State Department. The State Department's not going to go take Assad out. Is there a military component to Plan B?
I think what the Secretary, again, I don't.
Or is Plan B just BS?
I don't. I'm sure there's not BS.
Well, have you talked to the Secretary of State?
Of course,
about a military
yes,
change in
yes, of course. And without speaking for him, Senator. I think what he's saying is that the United
No,
States...
my question is, have you had a discussion with the Secretary of State about a change in military strategy if the ceasefire falls apart regarding Assad and Russia? Have you had that discussion?
We have had many discussions about
Is there a plan B?
changes of strategy.
Is there a plan B?
I wouldn't call it a plan B, but I'm going to let him speak
Outline the
for
change in
his.
military strategy.
We have discussed alternative strategies.
What are they?
With respect to
What are they?
Syria. Some of them I'm prepared to discuss here, some of them I'm not.
Well, let's have a
As
classified
you well
hearing,
know,
Mr. Chairman, about this.
As you well know, the entirety of what goes on in Syria is not something we can discuss here, as you
Okay,
well know.
I don't want to put you on, I like you. I'm not, finally, General Dunford. Is this the Dunford plan to destroy ISIL, or is this the plan that General Dunford came up with, given the constraints put on him by the White House?
Senator, when I came in last October, there was a strategy. We made some recommendations last October to accelerate our progress against ISIL. Those recommendations were accepted by the President, and I would say I'm in my job 7 months, so I own it.
Okay, good. So I just want the whole country to know this, that the President's goal is to destroy ISIL. I share that goal. I know you do too. The military strategy that we're embarked on is the best way to destroy ISIL, and it's what you recommended. Or is it limited by conditions put on you by the White House?
Senator, to clarify, so if I say...
Would you do more if you could?
I would do more if I could, but the limitation is not just a political limitation. Part of it is our partners on the ground.
Right.
But I just want to clarify, if what you're saying is the strategy, meaning a by, with, and through indigenous partners on the ground being the methodology for securing territory and defeating ISIL, I support that.
So you think the YPG are going to liberate a 80% Kurdish ground force is going to take ISIL, Raqqa away from ISIL and hold it?
The YPG have secured a large, predominantly Kurdish
That's
area
not
in
my
northeast
question.
Syria.
Are they going to
And
be able to take Raqqa, Syria away from ISIL and hold it? 80%
They will not in and of themselves,
Thank
Senator.